Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Poker Central podcast.
There it is.
I had to do that.
Intro, huh?
Episode 177. We are live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all so much for joining us. If you're catching us on demand, if you're catching us on your favorite podcasting feed, please know that this podcast will now be live on YouTube every single week, Monday afternoon. That's when the show is going to be live. Stay tuned to all our social channels to know exactly what's happening on each and every single show. But just know now, if you're catching this in your earballs while you're at the gym or walking the dog, this is going to be a live show. You can chime in the chat.
Just keeps on bringing the heat.
And you can do all sorts of things and interact with us. Brent, how do you feel about us being live? Do you think this is a smart choice?
I think it's one of the worst decisions this company's ever made. Although I've always fancied myself as a YouTube star. I thought I could be the next big thing.
Right. Do you think this makes you a vlogger now? Is that how it works?
I was one of the original vloggers. I was what did I call it? A video vlog?
I think so, yeah.
Video blog?
Video blog.
I'm a video blogger.
Yeah.
Big difference.
For sure.
A big difference.
This week on the show, we have a lot of stuff to break down. We're going to get into the Global Poker Awards snubs, of which we were not one. We were nominated. We'll get into that and much more. We'll talk about the Aussie Millions and the Australian Poker Open coming up on PokerGO. We will also give you guys some hot takes on the upcoming Galfond challenge, which will be live on Twitch for the next, it feels like the next year. They're going to play like 100 million hands.
How long is it supposed to last? Because you can't play 25,000 hands in a week, right?
No. So we'll get into that, but it sounds like they have minimum time allotments per day.
God.
And Galfond is going to basically be like, surrendering his fatherhood and just going to be playing poker all day, every day.
Farrah.
Like it's back in the pre-Black Friday days.
Yeah.
Brent, first and foremost, how's your ear damage?
Ear damage?
Are you okay?
No, here's the thing. So you're referring to the Black Keys concert that we attended?
Yes.
Great show, by the way.
Yes, it was an awesome show.
I've never seen anyone wear earplugs at a rock concert before. You were the first one.
There were plenty of people around me also wearing
Yeah, they
earplugs.
were also in wheelchairs, Remco.
No, they were not.
And they were elderly. You're a young stallion.
Right.
You're not. You have earplugs in at a rock and roll concert, for crying out loud.
I went to see Foo Fighters. You were there too.
Yeah.
You were VIP. I wasn't.
I didn't have earplugs in.
But I was so close to the speaker that for the next 3 weeks, my left ear was ringing, which was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's called. You're a little tougher because of that.
Tougher?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, toughening up.
I put the earplugs in
became
for
a man.
for the Black Keys concert.
Yeah.
I thought it was tremendous. I had no issues at all with my hearing the following day.
Ugh.
And as you can tell, you're speaking louder and louder that it's clearly affecting you.
But I'm upset. You can't. Next time you go to a rock and roll show, I'm not allowing you to wear earplugs.
But I want to preserve whatever I have left here.
Oh God.
But anyway, a great show, Black Keys. I heard from reputable sources, your wife, that this is the thing you guys like doing: going to concert, getting blackout drunk, and then the next day you only remember half the night.
That's about right. That's accurate.
Yeah,
that's accurate. Now, in my wife's defense, she's the good one. I black out. She takes care of me.
Okay, so
because she's a school teacher,
so she makes sure you get home.
That's what the school teachers do. They're safe, sound. That's what they do.
And also, shout out to Jeff Platt, who knew one song and he kept repeating it.
I think he's a big fan now.
Gold on the Ceiling.
He loves guitars.
Gold on the
He
Ceiling.
didn't even know what one was.
No.
Big Celine Dion guy.
He had no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was fun. We were hanging out in sort of a casual setting for the first time, and I saw your true colors, and it pleased me. You were much more pleasant than you are here.
Well, I was in my element, Remco. I'm forced to be here. I'm forced to sit here next to you, and
true.
I didn't have to go to that rock show.
Yeah.
I wanted to avoid you entirely, but come on, that's a little low, isn't it?
The one thing I want to establish here on this podcast is that everybody knows that I'm an avid cyclist, but Brent has joined the fraternity. He is now also an avid cyclist, and I heard he's fit now after being fit on the Peloton once.
I'm very fit.
He was on the Peloton once.
Consider myself one of the healthiest guys.
Yeah.
A lot of people look up to me in that regard.
Yeah.
I get messages all the time. How do you keep such a fantastic figure?
Yeah.
What is your workout like?
Absolutely.
And, it takes me some time, but that's for the fans.
Yeah. I do want to officially now welcome you to the cycling ranks. I feel you should wear this right now. This is the cycling hat that I will hand you. This is an official hat from the pro cycling team that I support. So here you go.
No, I'm not wearing this.
I think you are. You should wear this.
I might wear the spandex. I like wearing the little shorts.
I think the little hat will look great on you.
That's great, Remco. Thank you for that.
But I'm glad you have a Peloton now, because now you're going to be fit. And I saw you had. What did you have? Some IPAs in the bottle?
Well, I did it right for my first Peloton ride. I had
popcorn?
a couple Blue Moons,
yeah,
some popcorn. I watched the football game because what you can do there, you can select a For example, you can select Zion,
right?
The mountainous area up in Utah. So I just wanted. I've never been there. Of course, why would I? It's 2 hours away. I've never been there, and I want to experience it. So I programmed the little Peloton.
Of course.
And I said, okay, well, fuck it. I'm going to have a beer, and I'm going to ride my bike through Zion and watch this football game. And it was an amazing workout.
And what I did was I actually grabbed my bike and I rode through Red Rock, which is basically right behind your house.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's winning there, but
you missed out on the popcorn, and the beer, and the football game.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I had water in my bottle, so it was a little bit different. Brent, the topics of the show today. We had a lot of Twitter action this morning.
Sure.
Doug Polk.
Yeah, we did.
Right. Let's jump right into it head first. The Global Poker Awards are the talk of the town, March 6th on PokerGO. You can watch that, of course, but Doug Polk was snubbed. He was snubbed for the awards. Brent, there's a few different ways we can go about this, but first and foremost, when you saw his tweets, did you lean towards, yes, Doug, you're right, or what's this guy talking about?
Very strongly, yes, Doug, you're right.
Okay.
I mean, it seems crazy to me that the guy has 100 million YouTube views, and I didn't know what these numbers look like until he put them all out there.
Right.
And he's not going to win a single award?
Yeah.
He's not even there? I mean, what's that all about?
It is a bit controversial in the sense that he was indeed by far and away the biggest YouTuber. Of course, after this show takes off and we become global superstars, that's no longer going to be a thing.
I will tell you that, Remco. The little shot saying, Captain Rake, which is a shot at Daniel Negreanu, and then the entrepreneurial, I believe, is Alex Dreyfus. That seems uncalled for. Negreanu has nothing to do with
of course,
the voting, right?
Well,
I mean, this is ridiculous.
I want to bring up a point here, Brent. Hear me out.
Yeah.
On January 10th, the Global Poker Awards Index, GPI, tweeted that everybody had to submit what they wanted to be nominated for Media Content of the Year.
So for that one category, for Media Content of the Year.
I have seen the list, and I voted on it. I did not see a Doug Polk content item on that list. Does that mean that he did not submit anything and therefore miss out by definition?
Well, why couldn't we simply insert it? You have to send it in order to be in order to win an award?
I'm pretty sure that everyone that was responding to that tweet or even sliding into the DMs was submitting their own content.
But that's just for that category, right?
Yeah,
you have to submit something for every category?
I mean, just imagine if you're trying to run these awards, having to, sort of keep in mind what Doug Polk's best video was. I'm not saying that he should not be on there by definition, but the media content was a specific media item, like one video.
And he bitched about that one? He took shots at that one?
Yeah, that's the one he was talking about.
And he had to submit something. So if he didn't submit it, that's on him.
I mean...
He's aware of this?
That's one way to look into it, because I did not see him on the list, which means that either he did not submit or they left him off the ballot. What do you think is more likely?
Guessing he didn't submit anything.
Right.
Right.
And we can argue about whether that's right or wrong. But if that's the rules, then I guess you kind of miss out, right?
That makes sense to me.
I mean, it's obviously strange because...
But he was in there for some of the other stuff because you and I are voters, right? I saw his name for...
He wasn't on the list for
journalist
right? either, but...
Nothing at all?
That's the biggest omission, in my opinion. He should have been on the list for Journalist of the Year. As much as I like to toot my own horn, I am not a journalist in any sense.
Oh, you're a terrible writer.
I'm a horrible writer.
Yeah.
Handwriting is even worse.
Right.
I don't know much grammar either. But I'm not a journalist. I am someone who loves creating content. I love entertaining. Actually, I don't love it, but I'm here with you. And then... what Doug Polk does with his research and all the videos that he makes, you can say what you want about him, but he is kind of a journalist in the sense that he's trying to do his thing, have an opinion, do all this research. Made 74 videos this year.
Right.
It's kind of a big thing. He had 34 million views on YouTube. Brad Owen had 21 million. He was second place, and then Daniel Negreanu was in third place with 14 million. He of course did those World Series of Poker vlogs every single day during the World Series of Poker. So the list goes on. He lists a whole bunch of other people: Andrew Neem, Boski, Jonathan Little. And yeah, it's sort of a shame that he's not on the list because he should have been on this list.
I agree. So the process, there's 80 to 100 voters. That's what you all vote on that, and then you get into the semifinals. And we were nominated. We're not nominated. We made the semifinals for podcast.
Right.
And you made it for being a
journalist,
a horrible journalist.
Yes, correct.
And what else? Were you on there for anything else?
No.
While we're here, can we brag?
Can we also can we just take a lap and just celebrate the fact that this is the third straight year we were nominated for the podcast of the year, and I just want to thank all the people.
We're not nominated. We're in the semifinals.
Semifinals, nominated, whatever. It's almost the same thing.
No, it's not. So there's an actual nomination.
So we can't.
It goes through like 8 phases.
We can't celebrate yet.
No, we're not celebrating. I'm not celebrating regardless.
Would you be more upset if we won or if we didn't get nominated?
Don't care.
You don't want to care.
No, I mean, I've got a speech. I've had a speech ready for 3 years. You didn't let me go up there and take the first
You
award.
weren't there.
I've never even seen that trophy, by the way.
It was on set in the studio before. I took it back home, though. You didn't appreciate it.
Such a mongrel. I can't believe you took that away.
But we are on the semifinal list for Podcast of the Year. So if you are one of the people with a vote, please consider us, because we'd love to, be there again. And I would love to hear what you have to say on stage if we accept the award.
Yeah.
Us against the chip race. It's gonna be a battle.
The chip race.
Yeah.
But they're also big fans of Negreanu. Doug and the chip race people.
That's very true.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the content of the year. Doug is also not part of Vlogger of the Year, but that's a category I think that he's also not really part of. But at the same time, if you look at the list of people that are nominated, then he could be inserted in that. So I sort of feel like he missed out on that as well. Do you think, Brent, give me your honest opinion, that this is more about how Doug has fans and not friends, as opposed to the people that have a lot of friends and not fans? Because clearly he has the most viewers.
I don't know. It's a great question. I mean, if 80 to 100 people, I'd love to know who those 80 to 100 people are that select these items to move on to the semifinals. There's clearly a slight against Doug there, right? I mean, who is doing this that wouldn't even acknowledge him? That seems a little ridiculous.
Well, you got to be on the short list first to even be considered.
And if I'm also Doug, I have to be wondering, especially now that I know that 100 people are the ones that made these decisions in privacy. Yikes! Was I really that much of an asshole?
I mean,
no one selected me.
Part of his shtick was definitely, the whole controversy with Negreanu and stirring that up to enlarge his own audience. There's no two ways about it. That's definitely something that he did. Like, he was actively lighting that fire higher and higher, and that worked.
Right.
And obviously he's made great content since, but that's definitely been part of his rise.
It pisses me off because I think, I'd say in the last 5 years, there's 3 people that immediately come to mind that have individually, as far as individual brands are concerned, have continued the momentum to go the right.
Isn't it also in a way sort of like any attention is good attention, in the sense that they keep people engaged through their platforms?
Yeah, you're either in this camp or this camp, and you're allowed to keep fighting back and forth. Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, quick little note here for the people watching. Please chime in the chat if you want anything to say, or if you have anything to say to us. I see Aaliyah in the chat. Hi, big fan. We're big fans of yours as well. Even Brent Hanks is in the chat as well.
I need to update my name. I'm just BD.
You do. As you can see, the voting is now open for the Globe Poker Awards. It's just been shared in our chat as well. And thank you, Sir 9 Productions, loving the first broadcast. We love that you're in the chat, so that is amazing. Brent, let's keep moving forward and stay on these awards for just a couple more minutes. Like we said, we're on this short list for Event of the Year. One of the things that I wanted to quickly bring up here is the hold on, where do I have it? I wanted to talk about the Final Table of the Year, because that is one that I find very interesting.
Okay.
Final Table Performance of the Year, that's the category. Give me an argument to not give it to the World Series of Poker main event final table winner every single year.
I think Alex Fox and what he did to have to go back-to-back in order to win GPI Player of the Year. He had to win, or at least was it top 3, I think, in the final table, the 5-diamond?
Yes.
He had to finish in the top 3 just to go back-to-back. I think that's remarkable.
Yeah.
That, to me, is a no-brainer, right? How does that not compete?
But that's the thing.
Performance of the year, did he did Hossein dismantle that entire final table? Picked it apart, sort of like a Joe McKeon repeat performance.
It was clinical.
Yeah.
What Hossein Ansan did, he led from start to finish at that final table, and well before the final table as well. Once he got the chip lead, I believe with 2 tables left, he did not let go of it, and he crushed that entire final table. And it's so funny to see that whenever these awards come up, it is so hard to find an argument against the main event final table winner.
I think Philip Wee, too. I mean, he had no shot in his mind coming into that final table. He couldn't believe who he was surrounded by.
True.
Phil Ivey took down some of the greats, and arguably one of the most prestigious non-Hold'em events, if not the most prestigious non-Hold'em event every single year.
Absolutely.
I thought that was a great story, too. And I think I'm too biased. I'm too close because I know some of these guys, so I just think that their performance is better or greater than Hossein, but it's hard for me to really say.
Absolutely. All right, chime in the chat if you have any hot takes on what the final table performance of the year is or what it should be. Also want to reference Ramon Calillas, Brent, the first week of last year, winning the PSPC for $5 million.
Yeah.
He, of course, in no way a massive personality, not very well known, but he did win the event of the year.
Wasn't he the one behind Tipgate?
Was it Tipgate?
Yeah, I don't think he tipped or something like that. I don't know what it was.
It's Ramon Calillas and Mike McDonald, the two staunchest tippers.
Not very big tippers,
Not
right?
big tippers.
Yeah. Bryn Kenny got into it with Mike McDonald.
Yeah, speaking of Bryn Kenny, by the way.
He's on there twice.
Yeah, he's on there twice for the Aussie Millions with Del Vecchio, and we'll get into Aussie Millions in just a bit because Del Vecchio is doing business again there, as well as the Triton Montenegro main event. And then the funniest part is that we cannot even nominate him for the Triton Million because he didn't win that event, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, he won it in my mind.
Yeah, but Aaron Zhang won the event.
Yeah,
it's not on the list.
I know.
It's not on the list either.
I'm going Bryn Kenny.
Bryn Kenny is a winner in your heart?
I wrote him in.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, one final thing here, Brent. This is also something where you said there were some snubs. Twitter Personality of the Year. First of all, you're not a snub because your Twitter is absolutely horrific with only GIFs.
Thought it was a bit of a snub, Remco.
I thought it was right on the money. There's quite a few people here nominated, Brent, including some of your favorites, Jamie Kerstetter, Matt Salzberg, Kitty Kuo. Fair to say that those people are among your favorite follows?
Absolutely.
So then break this down for me. Where should Slay America fit in on this list?
I think Luke Vrabel was a massive snub. What he did during the World Series of Poker, which, by the way, so fucked up. He can't even play in the World Series of Poker.
Wasn't it like 3 years ago?
Which is his own doing, I think.
Okay.
He got into it. He got booted. They're not letting him back in. So he just started showering everyone who's tweeting about the main event. And then people would send him money. He made 5 figures. He made over $10,000 doing this.
Right.
I sent him $20.
You did?
Yeah, I sent him $20 for this support the Slay Dog.
Well, I
think it's great.
Wasn't this years ago?
No, it was last year.
Was it last?
It was last year. The showers.
I thought the showers thing started like years ago.
No, it was last year. I think the term showers has been around for a while, which I think Salzberg or maybe it was Kyle Julius started that.
Mercier was also part of that.
Mercier was there. Dipthrong was there. Paul Volpe was there. But I thought what Slay did was hilarious, and a bit of a sham that he wasn't even included on the list. That's bullshit. The other one is Blockhead.
Oh, yeah.
What in the world? How is this guy not even on the list?
Have you started reading the book yet?
No, I haven't. I need to start reading the book.
So Blockhead on Twitter, I think, is brilliant and super creative. He wrote a book as well. The first book you ever bought. Do you know how to read?
I do a lot of audiobooks.
Audiobooks, right? They did read the story to you. But anyway, those guys didn't make the list. Is it safe to say that this is Jamie Kerstetter's shoe-in for this award?
Yeah, Jamie Kerstetter can't lose this. There's no way in hell that she doesn't win this award. It's not even going to be close, in my opinion.
Right.
I'll be shocked. There'd be the upset of the GPAs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What won't be an upset is Drew Amato. Shout out to him coming in live from Australia. He won't win anything. Kev Matt's going to get that photo.
Drew's
photo
a big
of the
jury
year
award guy.
Media content
He wins
of the
the
year.
awards that they're never going to pass out again, and it's still his image on Twitter, which makes me sick.
Whatever award he wins this year, that award is going to be canceled next year. That's probably how it's going to go.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
You know what my thoughts are for these awards? Do your job.
Exactly.
Put your head down, go to work, and do your job. Not everyone gets a cookie. Tired of these awards already.
All right, we spend more time on this
than
I thought you would ever do. Oh yeah, one final thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Jason Somerville, Thursday Night Football.
Yes.
On his stream.
Yeah, Snub.
That should have gotten some recognition.
That's a snub.
Yeah.
Yeah, content, whatever it is, video.
Yep.
I mean, but maybe he didn't submit it. Didn't you say you got to submit it?
I think
if
so.
If you didn't submit it, then I don't think you can be a part of it.
Good point.
You got to submit it to win it, Remco.
Exactly. Moving into the Aussie Millions, which also has a tie into Jason Somerville because he is doing part of the commentary for those streams, which is going to be live on PokerGo for free, as well as on the Twitch channel of Run It Up. Brent, you're going to be part of this coverage. You are not going to get any sleep for the next 2.5 weeks, and we got some huge names left in this Aussie Millions main event, which in my opinion is one of the most prestigious events of the year.
Yeah, I'm stoked, man. First of all, Twitch, I don't even know what I'm doing there. I'm going to be sitting next to Jason Somerville, the king of Twitch, doing a little commentary. I'm absolutely lost. All these emojis and whatnot going on. If there's one thing I can do, I can bring the energy and at least sit there and go back and forth with him. I'm really excited about that. Great opportunity, but Aussie Millions is one of my you're going to rip on me because I don't leave the country, ever. But if I did, it would 100% be to go to Australia.
Wow.
That's like the only place I want to go. Maybe that and part of your country.
The Netherlands?
There, only because of Amsterdam. I'd go visit Amsterdam. I've heard great stories.
So that's your power rankings? Melbourne and Amsterdam?
That's it.
Those are the two?
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to go to Melbourne, spend a little time down under.
What are the odds that you will never leave the country?
Oh, very high.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You're probably like minus 600.
No way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't really want to go anywhere.
When the kids grow up, no European
Google
trips?
Maps. You can visit anywhere through the internet
Street
these
View?
days. Virtual field trips.
You're going to buy some VR goggles and just walk around in Venice
The kids
for a bit?
can go if there's a field trip or something. They're going to Rome. I don't know what they do.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with you for not even caring. So we have Aussie Millions coming up on PokerGO. That's going to be one hell of a time watching. And if you are a night owl, you're going to really love this because, of course, the time difference is a huge mind fuck, if I might say that, because we're starting at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so 10 p.m. on the East Coast. It's going to run all through the night.
They make stuff for that, Remco, so you can stay
of
up
course,
all hours.
Of course, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
But let's break down some of the action because as this is a live show now, it actually makes more sense for us to break this down a little bit because we can get into the nitty-gritty here on what you can expect on tonight's live stream. Brent, give me some names of the people that you're excited to see in the main event as we are now on day 4 of this tournament.
Who is left in the main event?
Yeah,
Who am I
because
excited about? Well, I think the Del Vecchio story is fascinating.
Obviously.
He's bagged 11 straight days dating back to the last 2 years prior. Yeah. He's never not bagged in the Aussie Millions. I mean, what the hell?
Exactly.
He's got a chance to final table this thing again. I think that's really fascinating. Who the hell else was left in there?
Well, we have quite a few names here. Manic Loser is in 3rd place. Bryce Yockey is still
That's the one I'm thinking of. Bryce Yockey from this summer for the World Series of Poker with the most ridiculous bad beat perhaps ever.
Right.
But Bryce Yockey still being in there with a top 5 stack, I think that's very interesting.
What about Randy Liu and Eric Seidel? I mean...
Wait, Randy Liu's in?
Yeah.
Seidel is out there bitching about having to play for 13 hours.
And he's still in.
And you're still in.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, get a Red Bull. You're printing money. You're on day 4.
Were you about to call him an old man? Were you about to call him an old man?
No, but he is my spirit animal, and I'm disappointed in Seidel being upset about having to play poker for 13 hours, Remco.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
I feel like the only people who are allowed to bitch about that are the ones that like min cash.
Get a little,
after 5
energy
days of
drink, have a light dinner, space it out. You're making money. You're not allowed to complain about being out there making money, right?
When you play a tournament, Brent, and you make the dinner break or whatever, do you go ham on like a greasy meal, or are you actually conscious of what you eat?
I'm a little bit of a head case when it comes to that. Sometimes it's tradition, it's ritual.
Right.
You know, I've got an establishment where I always get the chicken fingers and the fries.
You go to
and then I go
Bar
to the
Grill?
other place, and it's only going to be the slice of cheese pizza. It just depends on where I'm at, but I'll never differ from what I'm used to.
Have you ever lost a tournament buy-in playing video poker at the All-American Bar and Grill on dinner break?
Oh, multiple.
Multiple times?
Yeah, multiple times.
Oh, multiple
yeah.
buy-ins?
Oh, yeah, where I know I need to final table this thing just to get even.
I love that, man. I missed the World Series of Poker. I'm excited to already be back there. A few more names. Matthew Wantman, Fabian Quas, who's been retired for a while.
How did I miss Randy Liu?
Randy Liu is
He's
right up there.
Yeah,
5th place.
I didn't see that name.
Exactly.
Wow.
So Aussie Millions continues tonight on PokerGO. Don't miss that. 1.8 million Australian dollars up top, 820 total entries in that tournament. Brent, can we do the correlation again between the main event entries in the World Series of Poker as well as the Aussie Millions? And then in relation to that discussion, is this bad news for the World Series of Poker?
No, I think this is relatively good news for the World Series of Poker,
Okay.
isn't it, Remco? I mean, if we're going to have over 8,000 people in this event again, that's a success. I know you want the largest World Series of Poker ever. That's been your prediction for 2020, but
I mean, as someone who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, it's over 9,000. That's what I want to see.
I don't even know what that means.
Maybe you're too old. You didn't watch Dragon Ball Z. Anyone who watched Dragon Ball Z will get that reference. So I want it to be over 9,000.
I mean, there were 8,500 people in the main event last year. There were 822 in 2019. This year, there's 820.
Right.
Roughly the same, down just a little bit. I think we go over 9,000 people in the main event.
You think so? Wow.
You know, maybe this Donnie Peters analytics graph that's been sent my way might not be accurate this year. Looking back to 2016, it also wasn't very accurate. So
yeah,
we'll see. I think this is great. Anything over 8,000, that's a win. That's a huge series.
Of course. I was just trying to be a bummer here for a second. But yeah, obviously, amazing turnout for the Aussie Millions. Massive, massive first prize in that event. And you can watch all that action live on PokerGO. Brent, Australia, you told me that you know nothing about it. And I'm sort of curious how well you can do in this quiz. I have 3 questions for you.
What are we doing?
I have 3 questions for you
we were
about Australia.
Podcast. We're not doing a quiz show.
Yeah, I am doing a quiz. How many people live in Australia? Give me that. How many
people live in Australia?
How many people live in Australia? So not kangaroos, koalas, just people. How many people live in Australia?
I'll go with 40 million.
No, it's only 24 million.
Wow.
Small country.
Wow, it is small.
The Netherlands has like 17 million. and that's a tiny country.
Look at that, huh?
Yeah, Netherlands fits in like this room. This is a question that'll be very, very interesting for you.
Okay.
What did Australian Prime Minister Bob Hawke become famous for? I had to ask you this question because this is tremendous.
Is it recent?
No, it happened in 1954. But
1954.
He died last year. That's why I remember this.
Became famous for... Is he the guy that was caught at a party doing cocaine? Or no, that was Canadian.
No, but he became famous for setting the world record of drinking 2.5 pints of beer in 11 seconds.
What? I love this guy. That's why I want to go to Australia. See, there's always been something about Australia that has wanted me to... What other kinds of beer do they have other than Foster's?
Oh, my God.
I just know the commercials.
I don't even know.
We don't know Australian beer?
I don't know.
How about anyone in chat know what kind of beer they have in Australia? Drew Amato, you're down there in Australia. What kind of beer are you drinking right now?
And then final question, who is the all-time money list leader in Australia?
Joe Hashem?
There we go.
Yeah.
He does know something.
Yeah, Cal Burns has got to be close.
He's second now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
By
crazy.
the way, he's in the Hall of Fame for Australia.
I know. He's so young.
He and Lynn Gilmartin. Did you make the Hall of Fame because of the charity thing, or in Australia, did you just get in when you're young?
I mean, I think track record, but I mean, Cale Burns getting in is pretty fast.
That's strong, right?
He's had 2 good years.
Yeah. 3 years ago, no one really knew who he was.
What are the odds that Doug Polk makes the Hall of Fame?
Oh, boy. If he's not even winning a GPA award or being nominated, how are they going to let him in the Hall of Fame? That'll be a huge snub whenever he's not let in the Hall of Fame. But that has to, again, that goes to show, like, you got to have friends.
You got to have friends.
You can't just be a dick
100%.
all the time.
No, I agree.
You can be opinionated, but you can't be a dick.
No, don't be a dick.
That's got to be it. I think that's it for me. God damn it, Doug. How did all 100 people just snubbed you? Really? What the hell, man?
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre.
All right.
Then moving on to the other events down in Australia that are coming up right after Aussie Millions. Australian Poker Open on the Gold Coast at the Star. Brent, you're once again going to be deep in the hole doing commentary on these events. No fewer than 7 straight events on PokerGo. 10K, 25K, 50K, 100K. Yeah. And then to top it off, starting on Super Bowl weekend, it's going to be the Super High Roller Bowl Australia.
Can you believe that? On the Super Bowl,
yeah, I'm
going to watch the first 3 quarters, have to miss the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl.
Are you sure?
To go do commentary. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to
run the numbers on it?
Yeah, Jeff and I talked about it. So we think that there's a chance everyone's going to be watching the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl, the players included at that table. You know they're going to have it on somewhere.
Yeah.
And we're going to be calling it. I mean, we have to talk about it, right?
Okay.
How do we ignore the Super Bowl?
I want to break this down right now.
Yeah.
This is the Super Bowl moment. We're going to probably talk about this again next week. But what I want to know is what does the sort of average Hanks household Super Bowl party look like? And people in the chat, chime in with how you are going to be experiencing the Super Bowl.
I mean, I think it's a very normal Super Bowl party. A lot of beer. I'll probably
get the
normally
smoker?
I'd fire up the smoker.
Right.
The family comes over because I've got the big family out here in Vegas
21
now.
days.
Well, not that. Yeah, not my actual family. My in-laws, they'll come over. My new brother-in-law, Will O'Connor, soon-to-be brother-in-law, he'll be there. He's got a smoker as well, by the way.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. A lot of beers.
Nicotine?
Nonstop beers. No nicotine.
Oh.
I'm not a smoker. Right
Virginia Slims?
Maybe a Slim, a little vape. Vapes are a thing now.
For
a lot of vaping going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever hit the vape?
I'm not much of a vape guy.
Just not a big smoke anything?
No. I'm
really?
Trying to keep the lungs clean.
You got an itchy throat? Oh, because
I have asthma.
Your ears and you have asthma.
Yeah.
God, you are just a walking
I'm falling apart.
disaster.
I'm falling apart.
Good Lord. You rip on me about being the old man, and you're the one that can't put anything in your body.
You can barely walk down the hallway.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean I don't try.
Yeah, well...
You don't even try.
You send me your stats of your Peloton workout.
It wasn't bad, right?
Well,
Other than my heart apparently stopped functioning?
Brent's heart rate doesn't go over 130 anymore. I don't know what that says, but it sounds like he's 75 years old. Anyway... Super Bowl party sounds pretty...
yeah, what do you do for the Super Bowl? Do you even know what that is here?
I'm probably going to go...
non-American.
I'm probably going to go to the Green Valley Ranch. They have this viewing party.
Yeah.
I went there last year with my good friend Gary Gates. It was a great time. We had lots of beers, pizza, hot dogs, burgers. I feel like that's the fare.
I'm all right with that.
Oh, and... I bet an ungodly amount of props during the Super Bowl last year, and I lost every single one of them. I got swept.
Sharpco.
It's very sharp.
How have you been doing with your betting? I know you're a big bettor now.
Super sharp now.
Really? You winning all the money?
I've changed for the better.
No shit.
Yeah, very very sharp.
Were you on the Chiefs?
I was on the Chiefs.
I love the Chiefs.
Definitely on the Chiefs.
They're going to win the Super Bowl. That's my pick.
Is that your pick?
Yeah.
Did you bet? Did you bet?
Riding them hard.
Did you bet already?
Oh yeah, I got futures in there.
Oh yeah, futures.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to cover for what I lost at Video Poker. Maybe
not. But yeah, so I'll be watching probably Green Valley Ranch. I mean, I love the Super Bowl. Do you bet on the props on all the side action?
No, I mean, very rarely do I get into the props. But what I want to get into now is live betting.
Oh,
I think live betting is where it's at. I started dabbling a little bit. I have an app that I can do live betting. I can track it. I see a lot of things out there that I want to fire on.
As soon as the Chiefs are down by 2 touchdowns, you're betting that money line?
You know, the biggest issue why I can't bet, my wife knows. She's been on to me for 2 years. She'll, like, what? Why did you have to take out $500 here? What exactly?
Wait, you don't have a secret account?
What was this for?
Oh, wow.
Well, I did. I lost it all.
Oh.
I mean, you're going to lose your secret account eventually, you know, especially when you're not very sharp.
That's a great point.
And I don't play poker anymore. I just talk about poker. I very rarely play.
Yeah.
Well, it was the only thing I used to win money at.
And now it's gone. Your only real source of income.
Everything is fucked.
Back to the Australian Poker Open, Brent. What are you expecting of this series? We had the British Poker Open, of course, in September. Australian Poker Open is also a new event off the heels of Aussie Millions. We've heard of some big names to be confirmed, but as you know, with poker players, it's a last-minute business usually. What are you expecting?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't really know what the turnout is going to be like. You know, I've talked to a few players. About 15 of the high roller regs are for sure going to go out there and blast off. What I'm really curious about is the local audience.
Right.
You and I looked at numbers from Sydney, 5K and a 25K super high roller they had last year.
Yeah.
There were 53 uniques.
Yeah.
That's strong. We didn't even know half the names. So, you know, we'll see. I really don't know what to expect. And it doesn't help. I can't imagine with the country what they've been going through with the fires and the brush fires, the turmoil there. That certainly will not help turnout. But, you know, I guess we'll find out together, Remco. Either way, it's hard to ever not call it a success. The fact that we have this international sort of franchise that we can place in Australia amongst other countries throughout the calendar year. Beautiful destination, of course. This thing's right on the beach. Who would not want to do that other than me? Because I hate the beach and I hate the ocean. But for someone like yourself, you know, you're a big beach guy, right?
I don't like sand.
Oh, you don't like sand?
No, I don't like sand. I like grass. More of a grass guy.
Roll in the grass, not the sand. I hate sand.
I hate sand.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not. Yeah, okay.
I do like swimming in the ocean, though, but then I hate the part where you get out of the water and then have to be in the sand. I don't like that.
No, I want nothing to do with the ocean.
No?
Zero.
Have you been in the ocean?
Yes. I told you my crab story.
Right.
I went boogie boarding in Clearwater, Florida. I told you this last week. The
This
crabs bit me in
yeah.
my feet. I stepped on a horseshoe crab, they call it, or a blue crab. I don't remember what it is. Either way, I was bleeding in the ocean. And you know what happened? Blood in the water. Sharks are going to get you. Yeah. And I'm out there on a board like a seal because I'm 10 years old or 11 years old, and I'm just fluttering around trying to get back in, catch a wave after I step on a crab.
Wow.
I mean, it's just a matter of time before I'm eaten alive.
Your life is just riddled with disaster.
You know what else I saw?
How do you...
Jellyfish.
Oh, terrifying.
All these nasty little jellyfish just kind of floating in dead. And then when you maybe I want to play in the sand, right? Okay, I've had enough of the ocean, so I play in the sand. I start digging in the sand. There's little tiny crabs barely in the sand.
You had crabs?
Yeah, but they're called flea crabs or something like that.
Okay.
And they are also there. And they're right. You can't get away from all the shit that's on a beach, and they're not fun to play with. I think beaches are the most overrated tourist attraction ever.
You sound like the Princess on the Pea. You're just like you just want to be like in your glass cage.
No, I'll go anywhere. Take me to a lake. I'll go in a lake.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. What's wrong with a lake? Do a little fishing. You know, get out there, float around on your little party boat. And even in the lake, you can open your eyes underwater if you want to do a little swimming, and maybe a little gets in your mouth. Not at the beach, man. You get any of that in your mouth, you're going to be sick. You open your eyes are going to burn. There's nothing pleasant about a beach and an ocean experience. Nothing.
You've mentioned both shark and fishing in the last 2 minutes, which brings me to the Galfond challenge.
Yeah.
Who's the shark and who's going fishing?
I don't know what Phil's doing. I'm worried about Phil.
I'm worried. I'm concerned.
It's like a last minute. My God, like if this doesn't pump up that new website,
set the table. But what's going on?
He's got all these people that he's betting. I got to pull up this link here.
Right.
The Galfond challenge. It's starting off against a guy named Venevidi.
Yep.
But we don't know who this is. He's a mystery man.
He's mystery man.
Okay, first of all, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
You're going to play some guy that you don't even know his real identity?
I know. Well, maybe
what is this?
Maybe he's verified with Galfond behind the scenes.
I'd be mortified. If I'm Farah,
yeah.
I'm so pissed off that this is happening right now.
That's what I was going to say. I think Farah's Twitter handle and Instagram are going to be even more entertaining during this
challenge.
challenge.
Send me that link, Remco, to the Galfond challenge, because I got to go through these names and the amount of money. This is ungodly. The Bill Perkins matchup, I do know that for a fact, if I remember. Perkins is putting up $250,000 to Phil's $1 million. Is that right? So Phil, in his mind, he's a 4-1 favorite over Bill Perkins to play X amount of hands.
Yeah, that is correct.
Let me open this link.
Yeah, let me set the table here. Galfond is going to play heads up pot limit Omaha 100-200 against this guy named Veni Vidi. That's his online screen name.
Yeah.
They're going to play 25,000 hands. It's Phil Galfond's 200K against Veni Vidi's 100K. Explain to me this. Why is Phil Galfond, a father, an entrepreneur, and formerly known as the best online PLO or best PLO player in the world, arguably the best poker player in the world, why is he giving odds to these full-time grinders?
You know, rather than just seek therapy, he's decided to just seek heads up pot limit Omaha.
Right.
Honestly, I think he's yeah. It's not easy being a dad.
No.
It's not easy being a husband. So instead, he said, "Fuck it, I'm going to play 25,000 hands versus this guy. I'm going to play X amount of hands versus Bill Perkins, which is to be determined. It looks like he's the first person to lose 400,000. Like, good luck, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm going to play X amount of hands against Chance Cornuth.
35,000.
35,000 hands.
That's so many.
Ridiculous.
Like the
Jungle Man after that, and then someone named Action Freak. Who is Action Freak?
No clue.
What is that?
Yeah,
Is someone named Action Freak?
Online giant probably.
I think I like the mysterious allure of whoever these people are. Remember when Victor Blom was a Silder and we were trying to get to the bottom in the investigation of who's a Silder?
I was just going to say, these challenges, if the money is big enough, are an invitation to guys as Veni Vidi and Action Freak, you know, to like have the good old Brian Hastings group chat going on.
Yeah.
To take Galfond apart for, you know, whatever the side bet amount is. And then also whatever the amount is that you win during the challenge. And this, of course, is a tie back into the Dirt Challenge, which is 50,000 hands. I believe at 200, 400, 4 tables at once.
Yeah, that went well. The Dirt Challenge.
That went great.
Yeah, that went real well.
What's to say that Galfond isn't going to get swept?
Nothing. Nothing to say that. He could get swept. And then he is going to need a therapist after all, Remco. I mean, this is a disaster written all over it, but I'm really excited for it.
Right.
I mean, you know.
I mean, this, of course.
I can't wait. I kind of hope he loses.
This brings us back to the old
Farah.
Old rail heaven days.
Yeah.
Where you're railing poker with no hole cards for hours on end.
Right.
And same for Dirt Challenge. This is going to be the same thing. It's going to be live stream with commentary, no hole cards.
Who are the commentators? It's Joe Stapleton and who else?
Richard Greco.
Who's that?
Greco. He's a PLO specialist. From
Oh,
the
so
UK.
they have an expert and then they have the comedian.
Yeah.
That's smart.
It's a good combination.
I like that.
Jeff Platt and Brent Hanks, Richard Greco and James Stapleton.
Yeah, but we're not experts in anything.
Well, I thought you were the expert and he was the... Wait, I don't know. You guys are both idiots? Is that how it works?
We're just the D team.
D team?
Yeah, whenever
exactly.
they can't find people.
So the Galfond Challenge, we're going to bring it up again as this thing progresses. It's going to take quite a long time. They're going to play 4 hours minimum a day for the next 5 days, I believe. Galfond was just on a Joe Ingram podcast, so go check that out as well to hear more about the specific details. But obviously, the most exciting challenge of all of these so far on the book is the one that's not even listed yet on the site, and that's against Luke Swartz. Luke Swartz was chirping hard on social media.
Yes.
Brent Kenny was talking about prop betting or side betting a lot on that match.
Okay.
If you were to lay the odds out there for Galfond against Luke Swartz, what do you think the line should be?
Oh, I feel like Galfond's probably a clear favorite there.
Do you think so?
I think so. I'm going to guess minus 150.
Wow.
If they have to play, whatever, X amount of hands, 25,000 hands.
Right.
I think. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Marco.
of course.
It's not really my space, but, I do think it's very interesting that Luke Swartz brings the hype behind the match, right? He's one of the more fun players that you're going to watch play against Galfond. That's the difficulty with whoever Action Freaked is and
Right.
Veni Vidi.
Yeah.
I mean, when you don't know who that person is, then how do you attach yourself to that? I feel like they're just dogs. No one's going to be rooting for Action Freaked.
That's also sort of the thing that I wish we had more of is having the personalities come out a little bit. And
I do want to say that I think I found something, by the way.
Unicorn.
I have not a unicorn. I found an Easter egg.
An Easter egg.
On this Run It Once Galfond Challenge site. Notice the currencies for side bet.
Yeah.
Every single one is in euro, except for Phil Galfond versus Brandon Adams. That's in American currency.
Oh.
So that suggests to me that they're not going to be playing on the site.
Right, because obviously you cannot play online
So
poker.
where are they playing?
Probably in your basement.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're cooking up something, I'm telling you right now.
I'm excited to see that. A big fan of Galfond, big fan of the guys that he's playing against, so this should be a fun challenge, and if you are an online poker nut such as us, you're going to want to follow this
You know who else
action.
is a big fan? All these guys in the chat. Shout out Ian Sheriffs. The sheriff's in town. What's up, Ian? How about Dan Draper?
Oh.
Is that Don? Wait, what was the guy from Mad Men?
That was Don Draper.
Don Draper?
Yeah.
What up, Don? Dan Draper. We got Aaliyah J out there. You already said what's up to Aaliyah J. LB in the house saying Joe Stapleton is my hero. That's scary. I mean, yeah, look at this. We got a nice little chat. Jess Maggs, Tyler, Mr. C. Who's Mr. C?
No clue.
Yeah.
I love having these mysterious people in our chat. So yeah, this is the first time we're doing this live on YouTube. So if you're just tuning in,
we're experimenting.
Please know that we are experimenting.
It's like middle school all over again.
Did you even turn on the lava lamp?
I did a lot of experimenting in middle school, Remco.
Yeah? Have you found who you are at this point?
No, I'm still searching
You're
for
still
my identity. Apparently everybody's bi, according to Prahlad Friedman. Did you read his Twitter antics lately?
I mean,
you want to go there? Let's get there.
I don't want to go
Come
there.
on, let's get in there. What do you think? Is everybody bi?
I have no energy to go into this.
That's it.
This is way too deep.
You can't even do this?
I can't even. My brain cannot comprehend what the Prahlad Friedman brain is working on right now.
I'm not asking you that. I'm just curious on your stance.
I've not
you
put
got a
enough
little in you.
I've not studied enough.
No?
For that.
All right.
Another thing that I wanted to bring up here, Brent, which we've sort of, I don't know, made reference to the World Series Poker Player of the Year not having a prize numerous times last year.
Yeah.
And everybody was always saying, why are you even trying? Why do you even want to win this thing? There's no prize. Obviously, the High Roller of the Year series that we've been putting on has a prize. No rake, and clearly a great bonus. And then Triton comes out, and they announce a 2020 Player of the Year campaign, 2 million Hong Kong for the winner, which is about 250K USD.
Doing it right.
Triton is just going swinging.
Not only that, but I saw something really interesting that they're based on their player point system and how you earn points for entry. If you re-enter, you actually get an additional 3 points towards your POI for every re-entry. Right?
Yeah.
That's really sharp. So now we're incentivizing all the re-entries for this thing, and it's $250,000 up top if you win it. That's brilliant.
It's first of all a massive high stakes series. They're getting back underway in Jeju in February, so that's coming up real soon.
Yeah.
The points breakdown is very interesting. Like Brent said, they also have points for every cash. They have points for on-time registration.
Okay.
And they have points for Player of the Festival. So they get an extra bonus.
Ooh,
if
a little Player of the Festival sort of thing.
Win the most points.
POF?
Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very interesting. So we have a full article on Poker Central breaking down the point scoring for this Triton system. We'll keep track of it on the site. We'll do some articles about the Triton.
Paul Poole he's down for what, Industry Person of the Year as well? I mean,
Definitely.
with this sort of news, that's got to sway things in his direction, don't you think?
Absolutely, and I think that the high roller players are going to definitely show up for these events again.
Oh, you think?
It's going to be massive.
They have the whole market cornered. They get oh my goodness, those Triton events are ridiculous. The turnouts that they have for all their super high rollers.
They are ridiculous.
My God.
Bryn Kenny, by the way, leading the Triton all-time money list. Of course, he had that one massive score, 30 million.
He won that, by the way.
He finished second.
Yeah, he won it.
Yeah, he won it, but finished second. They have exploded. Their buy-ins, their player pool. It is sort of funny though to see their top 10 all-time, and it's all the names that we know.
Right.
It's all those guys that travel the circuit that go to all these events. But there's also this wild card element to these Triton series where any given event, any given final table, there could be this random guy at the final table who just plays this crazy style, and every now and then it works. And that's kind of like the excitement about these events.
Yeah, a little kamikaze.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, the partnerships, I love how Triton and Poker Central have come together for a variety of high rollers as well. Super smart. Let's see what develops with Triton and with our own events as well for the rest of the year for 2020.
For sure. And I mean, this of course all starts with the Australian Poker Open and seeing, who's going to battle there. Who's going to take the big trophy down. What's wrong?
I can't believe that Seidel was upset about playing for so long.
Oh, that's still in your mind?
Yeah. I'm disappointed in my spirit animal, Seidel.
Okay. You go call him out on the broadcast tonight.
It hurts, Remco.
I want Seidel to win a big. Oh, by the way,
yeah,
we need Seidel on the podcast.
Yeah, let's get him in here.
Yeah,
I want to ask him why we can't play for 13 hours in a day.
Exactly. All right, we're getting towards the end of this podcast. We appreciate all you guys watching and trying out our very first show here live on YouTube. If you are a listener to the podcast feed, please keep listening. But if you want to chime in to the show, please know that we're live every single Monday. So tune in for that. We have a lot of shows coming up. We have a lot of exciting guests coming up, and of course, don't forget to watch the Aussie Millions and the Australian Poker Open live on PokerGo. For Brent Hanks, my name is Rem.
That's it? We're done?
We're done. It's over.
That's it?
We're leaving.
We're going to kill it?
We're going home.
So Aussie Millions tonight. Make sure you guys tune in.
7 p.m. Pacific time, 10
let's
p.m.
go.
Eastern, 3 a.m. in London, and of course 2 p.m. local time in Australia. Thanks for watching. This was the Poker Central Podcast.